I want to be the first person to have a snowball fight in the desert.
Alright, let's break that down. So it was fast paced and attention grabbing. No pauses, quick music with captions on the screen. But it also gave us a lot of questions. How's he gonna have a snowball fight in the desert? Where's he gonna get snow? How did he even get in the desert? So we would have continued watching to answer those questions. And that leads us to the second letter of HPC, progression.
But there's a problem. It's hot out here, the sand won't form balls, and we don't have any snow. So Braden and I grabbed our cooler and headed for the mountains. It was a long voyage, and I often wondered if it was going to be worth it.
Right, so we're progressing along in the short, and notice how the creator is meeting the expectations he set in the intro. He said he was gonna have a snowball fight in the desert, so now he's fulfilling that promise and literally showing the adventure to get snow. This is something you have to do in your shorts. Imagine if he said, okay, now let's get some snow, and then he walks to his car and pulls out a cooler filled with ice. That would be terrible, right? We'd be so disappointed. So make sure that the idea given in the intro matches the actual content. Now, the final letter of HPC stands for climax. The climax is the moment that the topic is fulfilled, and the audience finally gets what they came for, which in this case is a snowball fight in the desert.
Now there's only one thing that two men can do with a cooler full of snow: throw it at each other.
And that wraps up everything nicely. That was overall a very good short. The use of editing complemented the video style, the music was fitting, he threw some jokes in there as well, and the storytelling was very effective. Even if your niche is completely different from this guy, if you apply his same tactics to your own content, you'll start seeing your shorts get hundreds of thousands of views. And also, never be afraid to imitate other creators. Learning from successful channels is a very important part of improving your shorts. So at this point, you should have the knowledge to make a good short. But we're not done yet. Most people are limiting their views without even realizing it, because they overlook some crucial details about the actual posting of their content. And I'm not talking about hashtags or the title. That's only the tip of the iceberg. On one of my earlier shorts channels, I was kind of just experimenting with my uploads, seeing if there was an ideal post frequency and time of day. And what I found was actually pretty interesting. First, the day of the week didn't matter at all.